fucking idiot.
That was perfect.
Was that recorded anywhere?
Did we record that?
Oh
Did we have
my
that?
god.
I
We
thumbs
got
up.
it. Mike says we got it.
Blaine was a little enthusiastic about the start of this podcast.
The Rooster Teeth podcast this week brought to you by Blue Apron, Dollar Shave Club, and A World of Tanks. Blaine got excited. So when we do the show live on Monday nights, this doesn't make it into the final YouTube version. We play a little promo for the Cock Block, which is all of our live stream podcasts on Monday. Yeah. And then we play the podcast intro, and then we start the podcast. We went through the Cock Block video, and as soon as it ended, Blaine went, "Hey!" Like, very excited.
By himself. No one else in the studio.
I hope we get that in there before the podcast gets generally released.
I get excited.
You blamed it.
I liked it. You brought the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
We
made
started
me
the show
jump, and now
laughing.
my
Yeah,
heart rate is
yeah.
up.
Hey, who are we?
I'm Gus.
Gavin. Sorry,
Are you
I
sure?
forgot the order.
I'm Blaine.
I'm Miles.
I'm Sally.
And I'm Gus. So, welcome, Sally. It's been a while since we had you.
Yay!
You're back.
Her hair's changed.
My hair has changed. It's no longer blonde. And yeah, it's kind of weird. This is my first podcast being on at the beginning and not just being on.
Yeah, because I guess
a guest
we
halfway
had you
through.
on as a guest during the South by one. Was that like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then
And
we
then the year before
But
that.
that wasn't from the beginning
No,
of the South by one, was it?
No.
no, because we weren't sure how
I remember
Well,
spelling
whether
the
I was good
first-
enough.
how well. how well it
I
was
could have
gonna
been
go over.
awful.
There's also a lot of yelling too because that was like a really loud. There was like a party going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying to spill my drink on your laptop at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Monster.
have you gone back and watched that?
Yes.
Having recently?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
recently. Why?
I don't really watch the old ones, but it'd be interesting to see if you're any different now than you were then.
I do occasionally go back and watch old videos. Usually because someone else has been referring to it. I'm like, what was it that they were referring to? Or what did I cover in that video? So, for example, just reliving my getting the plane on a treadmill thing wrong because I might be making a correction video to that. But normally, certainly not the whole thing. I mean, it's what, an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
It's pretty long, right?
Yeah, they are. I don't know the dedication of the people
I never
watching
watch
these.
those
Well
videos
done,
after I've
impressive.
been in them.
Does anybody ever get like self-conscious about seeing themselves like in an old video?
Oh, I just I think, oh, I used to be so thin.
Yeah,
I used to look a lot better. Is
I
all
just look
think.
back and I think I was better looking and funnier.
Yeah.
I think I've improved. There is this one video. It's when I was the naked intern where I was shirtless, and everybody uses that photo when they send me shit about me being naked, and I fucking hate how I look in that video. Like I think it's awful.
What's
So
wrong
that's-
with it?
I just don't look. I feel like I don't look as good as I
You're a real piece of
could.
shit.
Why?
You look like
I heard you were talking about milk delivery on the podcast the other day.
Yeah,
You're the piece of shit.
you look
What's
like
wrong
a
with
million
getting
times
milk
better than
delivered?
I do, and you're like, I don't look good.
That's not true. No,
Look at that.
stop it. I hate
broadcast,
that
put it
one.
up.
God.
What's wrong with that? You look awesome.
I don't
So
think
not
it-
gonna lie, I was asking Mario who's gonna be on the podcast tonight, and she's like, Blaine. I'm like, remind me who Blaine is, and that was the photo that she showed me.
That was
And then she was like, oh, that gross looking dude that's super out of shape. Ew.
There was like joggers in the background. I was wearing a man thong. That was a bad day.
Bad day.
Sounds fun.
I think that'd be a great day. Because I mean, I don't know. I
Not if you're
love
one
it
of the
whenever we're
joggers.
out on a shoot, doing something absurd, and like there are onlookers, because that's going to be a story that they tell later that day to someone. Like
true.
to us, it's become like we've become pretty desensitized to a lot of it. You have to. It's at the point where like we'll be on an immersion shoot, and you have to go, I'm fucking dressed as Solid Snake. What the fuck? My job's crazy. This rules. But when you do that so frequently and, you know, you're tired and you're working on a million things, you sometimes forget that, like, literally anybody else that isn't working in this field is going to be like, Janet, you're not going to believe what I saw at the mall today. There was a man crawling on the floor with a bandana on his head. What do you think he was doing? Like, that's like a thing. I don't know.
When we did the Fallout immersion, I had to get makeup to make me look like a ghoul. So I had like all these
yeah.
like open sores
Like a
and
pizza.
It,
Yeah,
it
you look like
looked really gross. And we filmed most of the day at one location. Then at night we switched to a different location. We all had to drive there. So like, I just got in my car and drove there, like not even thinking. It's like if someone like came up next to me at a light, they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy?"
Yeah.
I feel like nothing is worse than what Blaine put me through.
Whoa,
Which one?
Where you made me eat turds in the park, eating dog shit.
People are there taking photos.
I
I'm
assume
there.
that they're not actual
No, they were
turds.
like brownies, but made to look like turds.
Okay,
in,
yeah.
in a
That's
stack of turds.
Yeah, that's
in a
what
dog
they're-
park where it smelled like real turds because of the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Because
So
of
I'm
the
there,
turds.
and I'm like, my gag reflex sucks. I'm like gagging, like, and then Blaine's just cracking up, wetting himself.
I asked you over and over. I was like, "Are you sure you're comfortable with this? You can, opt out."
I was like, I'll give it a go, Blaine.
Now the truth comes out.
Oh God! I think when we were doing the Tinder trailer, Barbara and I are running around downtown dressed as Tinder and Bumble respectively. And like people are like, "The fuck is that?" And like we're going around like swiping and stuff. That was pretty fun.
So I don't know. Maybe
Against Silver Mario.
I don't know.
Pink
You
Gold
tell
Peach.
me.
Yeah, Metal Mario.
Yeah.
Sally, take it away.
Hey,
what's
so
the science behind that?
Sally said something that left me speechless for a moment before we started this podcast. You've never played a Mario game.
no, I don't think I have.
Dude, what about like Super Smash or Mario Kart or Mario Tennis?
Mario
Wait,
just typing.
which is the one where you've got a thingamabobby,
Okay.
Great, yes.
The thingamabobby.
Good start.
but
This is what you guys sound like talking about science.
Yes.
Mario Kart?
and then you're so bad that this thing comes and makes you faster.
That sounds like Mario.
That's
Mario
that's
Then
Mario
I
Kart
might
Wii.
have played one
That's
game
Mario
of
Kart
that.
Wii. Yeah.
There we go.
This
Good game.
Games with Sally LePage.
now, like I
Well,
get.
mean, there's a reason your IQ is so much higher than everyone else.
You're wasting your time like the rest of us.
Well, I never had a console or a PlayStation or a Wii or a PS
I get that.
something
I get that.
when I
didn't-
was younger.
Yeah, I didn't play any of the Final Fantasies or like Grand Theft Autos or I didn't have the PlayStation. I didn't have
So-
a GameCube.
You're 6. You've just come home from school. Now what?
Go in the garden.
Go in the garden.
What's in the
Yeah.
garden?
Oh, she'd love Pikmin.
There are frogs in the garden.
Frogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a garden with a pond?
Yeah. I live in the countryside.
That's cool.
Gavin looks really jealous.
Yeah, my garden was crap.
No.
I lived,
We had a decent sized
Tame.
garden with a climbing frame and a pond and a swing.
What do your people think of Gavin's people?
Who are my people?
You're like in a like okay, so I'm a Texan. So I think that wow, I got real Texan. with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I think like people from LA are like surfer bros.
But
and they're
we're
like,
from
We're both from Oxfordshire.
the same county.
fuck. Okay, never mind. So there's no like
You
know,
just assume that
stereotypes?
because they're so different, they were from different places, or
No, I didn't know where they were from. I assuming that they were from different places.
Do we not sound
Because I
similar
thought
to
the probability was low that you guys were from the same place.
That
Good
is
use
actually
of-
quite true.
you? Good use of probability.
But you,
Nailed it.
the mean totally regressed there.
I'm just throwing out words that Sally's been saying and hoping
somebody
it
fucking
sticks.
help me.
Okay, so sorry, we pivoted away from what was the story?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Bowser's relations, wasn't it?
Well,
no.
yeah, I guess we didn't settle that.
Well, we're just not settled with Bowser.
So we don't know who Bowser's lady friend is.
Correct.
We can draw conclusions.
I don't think it's Peach because he would have Peach-like qualities.
And
And
I
she
don't know.
also wouldn't be able to walk straight after giving birth to all them.
Right, he had a big old turtle coming out of her.
Morton Koopa Jr.
Wouldn't it be an egg?
It'd be an
if it's
egg.
a
Yeah, I
turtle?
was just about to say it'd be an egg. If anything, it'd be easy. Ain't nothing to get hooked on nothing.
Morton Koopa Jr. is named after Morton Downey Jr.
So, well, all the Koopalings are named after famous musicians.
Who's Morton Downey Jr.?
It's Robert Downey Jr.'s brother.
Yep, that's
Oh.
it.
Is he
um,
known for anything other than that?
No, so all the Koopalings are named after musicians. There's one named after Beethoven, one named after.
Was Ludwig? Yeah.
Yep. There's
They took
Ludwig
that shit
von
from
Koopa.
Ninja Turtles.
So who was Lemmy? Lemmy from bloody
fuck me. It's a rock
Wait,
band.
Lemmy's the
Motorhead
rocker,
Lemmy.
right?
What?
The Lemmy's like a rock.
Yeah.
The one that died recently.
Yeah.
Metal- yeah.
And yeah, it's confirmed. He was named after him.
Confirmed.
There's Roy, who's named after Roy Orbison. Iggy, who's named after Iggy Pop.
Yup.
I never put this together.
Me neither.
Oh,
Wen-
this is blowing my mind.
you
It was
got-
clever as fuck.
Wendy is named after Wendy O. Williams. I don't know who that is.
Bro, I had a talk with Alana, and she
Oh,
said
she's in the Plasmatics.
that Dragon Ball Z characters are named after vegetables.
They are. I learned that when I went to Japan.
I like lost my shit.
Yup.
I was like, you're full of it. That's wrong. And then
it's-
she like went through the list of names and then the vegetables, and I just like slowly got crushed.
The last night we were there, we got taken to this fancy steak restaurant, and they served us.
Was it Morton's?
No.
yeah.
It was. I can't remember the vegetable they served us, but they sent it to. They served it to us. It was,
was
like,
it broccoli?
No, no. It was like
it Brussels sprouts?
but I don't know.
Balaclava.
Broccolini?
No, but we looked at it after they told us what it was called, and Carrie looked at it and looked at me and went, "Goku's dad." Goku's dad is literally named after this vegetable that's apparently more prominent in Japan, and then that's when
Bardock?
yes, Bardock.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Kakarot.
So what is that?
Carrot.
Oh.
Yeah. Kakarot, carrot. Yeah.
I do want to say Larry Koopa is not named after anyone in particular. They literally said he just looks like a Larry.
Oh, that's right. Again, fucking Nintendo canon rules. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, didn't they recently find the full name of Yoshi in some
Oh,
buried in
it's-
some documentation?
fuck
from,
me.
Was
Hold
it like
on.
code or something?
No,
something
hold
like-
on. It's
It's something funny. It's like something-osaurus.
His scientific name.
Champa Koopa. No, Yoshi.
Munchakoopa.
My
Munchakoopa
dude.
Rex.
No,
Yoshisaur Munchakoopa Rex.
It's something. We're getting there.
Well, there
I think
shouldn't be
got
three
a
names.
wild
There should only
eyelash,
be
and I'm
two.
just gonna. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, are you talking about my
Dragon
full-length
lion
eyebrow?
turtle. All right, I think there's some rules we
You
can
don't
put to
mind.
the side. Sally.
Ready? 1. Oh God, it didn't pull. I'm sorry.
What did we miss?
Look, he's got a. Okay, just
Sorry, we got the
I'm just gonna
multiple
pat it
conversations
down.
thing going on.
Yoshisor Muncha Koopas.
Yoshi Sor bunch of Koopas. Okay.
Okay.
I was just adding the Rex, I guess, because
Wild looking. It's like
That's on
white.
me, everybody. I'm sorry.
All right.
What the fuck did
Oh,
you
I
just
can
do to
see it
Gavin?
from here.
Oh, so on each eyebrow, I've got one hair that is the entire length of my eyebrow.
Me too.
And I've kept them.
His name's Octavio.
But Blaine wants to pull it. His name's what?
Octavio. Back when I was dating Erin, she named my one super long eyelash Octavio.
Do you not have one on the other
Eyelash
side?
or eyebrow?
Eyebrow lash? Eyebrow lash.
Eyebrow hair.
Wait,
Yes.
eyebrow hair or eyelash?
That's what eyebrow hair.
Eyelash or eyebrow?
Ah.
So we have someone here on Twitter who is this Kieran Westron.
Bring it.
Says this person is from the north of England, and I think both Gavin Free and Sal LePage are southern poofs.
Oh, that's offensive.
What's a
That's
poof?
not nice.
What's a poof?
It's an insult for a gay person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not cool. Hey,
I've never heard that before.
well, now you have a fucking audio clip of you saying that forever.
I
So,
was just reading it.
nah, man.
Well, it's more
Super fucked up of
frequently
you.
pronounced puff.
Yeah.
instead of
RTX
poof,
London coming up this year.
Check out these puffs.
We'll have cream poofs for everyone.
Yo, dude.
So a poof is something fluffy. A poof is an insult.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
poof
about the
is
emphasis
furniture.
behind it. Like, for example, Carrie and I recently learned that a chook is like Australian, New Zealand for chicken, or a term of endearment for a young woman. But it sounds like a fucking racial slur, you goddamn chook.
It really
Right?
does.
If you say it
Especially
like
with that venom behind it.
Yeah.
Too.
chook.
Oh.
It's not nasty. I don't like it. Like, even when we learned that it was okay, we were walking to the airport. I was like, so remember when we saw Chuck? Like, you know, it's not a good
Remember what we had for dinner when we ordered the
Chuck. And the chicken's like, what did you say?
say that to my face?
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about your sex story that you told
God,
me the
you're
other day in
such an
secrecy.
asshole. All right, fine. We were hanging out recently.
Well, no, what was it? Were we hanging out? Yeah, we're getting brunch, like
Yeah.
fancy boys.
Yeah, we're fancy boys.
And we started talking about like the weirdest things that
don't know
happened
why that
during
came up.
sex. I don't either.
Just you and him went to brunch?
No, it was
It was me and some high school friends.
yeah.
Let me say some high schoolers.
We picked up the high
Like,
school.
hey, I was about to say, do you want some candy? And then I realized that would really only work on me. in
Set
high
the scene.
school.
We're at Blue Dahlia getting delicious chocolate croissants.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Coffee.
Yeah, all right.
So good.
You done?
Sounds good.
It was.
Is there a
Nice.
difference between a chocolate croissant and a pan au chocolat?
What's a pen?
Probably not.
Pana
A pan au
chocolate?
So
chocolat.
is your one? It's not like shaped like it's like
Is
actually
it
like
crescent shaped,
It
like
was
the
a-
name croissant?
It was
Yes.
a
Yes.
but it had like chocolate
yeah, but
Nutella
what you're
in it, I think.
describing just sounds like a pan of chocolate because it's going to be like a
So a pan au chocolat also uses choux pastry. No, it's not choux pastry. It's special flake pastry, but it wraps it up like that. And so there's a whole load of things that I'm sure Gus is on
No,
his
I'm
way
looking
to
at it
finding,
right here. I found it.
Which is it a sloth or is it a pan au chocolat?
It looks the same, except
No.
it looks different. It looks like the ingredients are
The
the
ingredients.
same.
There we
The
go.
shape
That's a
is
pan au
different.
chocolat.
Oh,
But can you now look up, is it a sloth or is it a pan au chocolat?
So-
Because in the same way that computer recognition systems have trouble telling between fried chicken and labradoodle,
I saw that.
What?
there's a similar one for sloths and pan au
so
chocolat.
computers are stupid in different ways
Yes.
than humans.
Just like
Yes.
us.
I'll see if we can pull up the fried chicken labradoodle
Ooh, tasty.
tweet.
I'll have the fried chicken labradoodle.
Oh, I've seen that where it's like
I think I showed
swap
it-
the labradoodle, and
I may have showed it to you. I'm gonna
they
send-
do that with like corgi butts and loaves of bread.
Yes.
Or legs or hot dogs.
Yeah, I always thought that was like a meme. Is that like computers are actually having a hard time? Like, okay, wow, computers are dumb.
A computer can't tell the difference between a corgi butt and a loaf of bread.
I'm not sure about that
mean,
particular
can
one,
you?
but I think the labradoodle one they have trouble with.
I bit Carrie's dog Charlie the other day. I felt super bad about it. Hey, real quick though, can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that a computer can recognize fucking anything?
Yeah.
Like the fact that we've come this far in technology, that's pretty neat. I got an app today that like takes a picture and turns it into like a scanned PDF thing, and I can tell my bank I got more money by taking a picture of a piece of paper with my phone. This thing's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry. Every now and then I just go on this crazy thing, and everyone's like, "What are you, high right now?" Fuck you. This is amazing.
You've got to stop and appreciate what you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Thank you.
Otherwise,
Get that
you
present
just get-
nostalgia going.
I was watching porn on my cell phone the other day. It was
There
pretty
it is.
Isn't it great?
There you
Labradoodle
go.
or fried chicken.
Oh, that's
The
amazing.
texture is pretty similar. I would bite both. Well, I'm on a diet right now. So.
So
So you just eat the dogs and then pet the fried chicken.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was so confused.
Okay, so you're hanging out with your high school friends. You're eating a chocolate croissant.
And then someone was like,
Or a
Pan
pan
of
of
chocolate.
chocolate.
and then
Huh? Oh, chocolate. Bread with chocolate.
Pan. Oh, chocolate.
That's what that means? I never
Yeah.
translate it.
Was it Spanish?
French.
French.
Like croissants. They're French pastries.
But pan is bread in Spanish.
Oh. not
P-A-I-N.
Right? P-A-I-N?
Yeah.
That's pain. P-A-I. Yeah, it's pain.
So I think in Spanish it's P-A. It might just be
corn.
P-A-N.
It's P-A-N
Yeah.
in Spanish, yeah.
Okay.
we good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. So we were talking about what's the weirdest thing that we've done.
Are you sure you don't want to
during
describe the
sex.
table we were fucking sitting at, Blaine?
It was wood. It was not too dissimilar from this own.
And then someone went, "What's the weirdest sex thing you've ever done?" And we all took a moment to think. And that's when I realized. So, I dated this girl in college, and we've been dating for a little over a year. And she told me she wanted to role play, and I was like,
What, D&D?
"Choice." Yes, Gus, like D&D, but with my penis. And
What's D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Thanks.
it's a Mario spinoff. She wanted to role play, and I was like, "All right. So what did you have in mind? Like a schoolgirl thing? Like what are you thinking?" And she was like, "Well, it's just kind of this fantasy I've had for a while." I'm like, "Please tell me." She's like, "Well, I mean, do you mind being a character?" I'm like, "Fuck it. I'll be whoever the fuck you want me to be. Who do you want me to be?" And she said, "Heath Ledger's Joker."
Oh God.
Wait, was she serious?
Yup.
So did you have sex while making Joker faces and impressions?
Well, I'll tell you how it started. I walked into the room and went, "Well, hello, beautiful."
Oh God, it's
And
so cringe.
Inside, I died.
But I bet you nailed it because you're pretty good at that. I bet you
She-
killed it.
So
Hey,
you were dying
She
inside.
finished.
You were dying inside. What about your boner?
It was hard, dude. Well, wait, no, no. It was a struggle. It was a difficult evening of passionate, murderous, psychotic lovemaking.
So he has a circumcision. So he's like, "You want to know how I got these scars?"
I'm gonna.
You just keep
The
telling
whole
lies.
no. Look at me. You made that joke at brunch. Is the whole reason you wanted me to tell that story so you could tell that great
No,
joke
because
again?
you had the cringiest sex I've ever heard of.
It was awful.
Did she have to role play also, or is it just
Oh,
you as
she was.
Heath Ledger's
I
Joker?
no, I made.
Was she
was like,
Rachel?
she was like, "I'll just be me," and I was like, "No, fuck you. You're gonna be Harley Quinn. All right, give me something."
There's no Harley Quinn in that Batman.
I know. I'm aware of the canon.
So did you arrive?
No, God, no.
You didn't.
Did it
I,
come out, like,
she was like,
green and
"That was
purple?
great. How was it for you?" And I was like,
Not bad.
"Love you."
Unique.
I'm just not a planner. Fuck, man. It was not. It's not. It's
I'm
just
so
not,
glad
not-
I've heard that story.
It was. So here's the thing, right? Like I'm never gonna see that girl again. I'm not gonna say her name. Like I'm not one to. I can't believe I'm gonna say this seriously. Kink shame another person. I think if you're into something weird and you
shame?
find someone that's like willing to do that, that's fucking rad.
I should
I'll
say-
be
I'll
your
say-
Heath
so-
Ledger. I won't like it, but if it makes you happy, I'll do it.
But don't you think that maybe she should have met you halfway and said you're going to be instead of saying you're going to be the Joker and I'm going to do nothing?
I see, and well, she did. She gave me her best little pudding Harley
Yeah,
Quinn
but
thing.
you had to push for it.
Well, I think that's fine. It's all about communication in a situation like that. Like if someone's like, "Yo, hey, I've always wanted to have someone stick a finger in my butt." Like you go, "Okay, well, let's talk about that. I'm not cool with that," or it's like you got to talk about this stuff because there's some things that like you can't just like you have to ask about certain things. I guess like I can't just go up to like a person I'm dating and be like, "So, I'm thinking we recreate my favorite scene from Cowboys and Aliens tonight." I'm like, what the wait, what? No, like you have a conversation about certain things that are a little weird.
Nick has said that he's going to name this episode the kinking joke.
That's funny.
Fuck you, Nick.
You're killing me.
No, that's good. That's good. It was that was tough. Never broke character. So, yay me. It was a horrible.
I'm impressed. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
It was tough. Well, okay? Does anyone feel comfortable with Batman's infamous supervillains during sex? Which one would you choose and why?
Oh,
Penguin.
Bane.
Penguin.
Whoa!
I was
what?
going to say the Penguin.
Why?
Bane. I will break you.
What are you?
What?
Bane.
Did you watch some sort of Asian version?
No.
No, that's,
Bane-
and then look in the animated. He's
Spanish.
got very I mean that would I would definitely would have called that Russian, but it was we're not
He's
you're
like
not
a
going for-
luchador. He's a luchador.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, I can see that. You want to break him?
I just added like a little Macho Man Randy Savage with like a hint of Zorro.
It was nice. I noticed it. I thought it was great, Blaine.
You guys make fun of me.
Why the fuck would you choose the penguin?
I think the penguin's funny. Yeah.
And then you can
That's what
incorporate
you want
noise.
during sex is the girl laughing at you.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, he's a big fat blob. It'd be funny.
But no, you have to
That's Clayface.
role play as. Okay, what are you gonna do? Well, you walk in the room as Batman's arch nemesis, the Penguin. Go. Boy,
How did you make that noise?
That is a weird
It's a
sound.
you should be
Vito
Clayface. All right. Well, I'm dry as a bone right now. You're gonna need to do something
Right.
better than that.
I guess it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, that'd have to be specifically requested. To go into that hoping for the best, it's not going to happen, is it?
Here's how you successfully pull off the Penguins role play, right?
All right.
You go out, you plan for this night. You buy an umbrella, you retrofit that thing with a fucking dildo and a bunch of other weird toys in there because he's known for his hidden weapons in the
Gadgets.
umbrella and his gadgets. You pull that shit out, she's gonna be like, he did his homework.
I'm gonna
That's
come in,
sexy, Gavin.
I'm
Jesus.
gonna trip on my flippers and eat shit. It's just not. It's not for me.
is way cooler. Come and flexing.
Bane's good. Bane's good.
Or you can
this
do
is a
Riddler.
hypothetical.
I
this is a
don't
safe
know
space.
enough of the Batman villains.
Catwoman.
Poison Ivy.
Oh, and
Ivy.
Harley
Catwoman's one of
Quinn.
them. Let's go for Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh, Talia al Ghul.
I don't
Talia
know.
al
I don't know
Ghul.
what they do.
Okay, Catwoman. She's a thief.
She's a cat.
She does stuff with whips.
You could
She's got
you could have a lot of
claws.
pussy puns.
You could.
There's a lot of possibilities there.
You could.
that, yeah.
You could. Poison Ivy.
Too far?
Smoking hot redhead. She's got control of plant life. You can use some vines
I
and shit
kinda
to
gotta
tie
be-
some stuff
I kinda
up,
gotta be
right?
Poison Ivy then.
Yeah, pretty.
You could bring in like narcotics
She's a
and
ginger
drugs.
biologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go for that.
Okay, great.
Yes.
But we have more. Okay, Talia
Talia
al
al
Ghul.
Ghul. She's like a ninja.
daughter of an assassin.
Oh, I'm not
Rachel
flexible enough
Ghul's
to be an
daughter.
actor.
Okay. Not in the Al Ghul. Harley Quinn. Joker's girlfriend. She's crazy. She's got all sorts of toys and gadgets and gizmos. She's got a New York accent and pigtail.
Yeah, it's
no,
not long
let's-
enough for pigtails.
Yeah, all right. I think we got to. I think Poison Ivy.
I think Poison Ivy.
Good call.
Wait, there's more than that.
Yeah, there are, but this joke's done.
So Miles says so it is. So I had, we did Spot of Science for a while. Of the Penguin.
I bet it has something to do with stimulating the whatever that thing is in your gooch. Sally,
You have to be a little more specific.
the thing.
You can't
prostate.
you can't use Sally like fucking Google. You can't just type in like weird thing that tickles your gooch.
I don't know.
Sally.
That's kind of what a spot of science was.
like Alexa. Hey Sally, what's the weird thing that tickles your gooch?
Yeah, but isn't
Stop talking to me.
the prostate's not on your gooch though, is it?
It's not.
your
No, it's
arsehole.
all up in your butt.
Well, you know,
what
I'm
are you
saying
referring to when you're saying gooch?
Well, it's like in that
The
same
space
area.
between your sack and your asshole.
Yeah, like balls
is
to
what
aim.
young Blaine is referring
Right.
to.
Okay.
Young Blaine. That's a nice
Taint.
rapper name.
Perineum, I think.
So,
Perineum.
is it something to do with stimulating the gooch?
It's
Does it have a mustache?
no,
'Cause that
but
one's
you're
weird.
getting
Oh,
you're
that is
getting
weird.
closer actually.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
shit.
it's
Elaborate.
it looks like a fleshlight, but
Okay.
it's got 3 canisters. One that simulates a mouth,
Mana.
one that simulates a vulva, and one that simulates an anus.
Okay.
And then they each vibrate automatically and have like a different
Okay.
stroking mechanic on the
Okay,
inside.
sure.
So you can
Those
switch.
feel real different.
You can switch between all 3 of them side by side, like you're playing a harmonica with your dick.
Wait.
That
but
sounds fucking awesome.
do you pull it out, then switch it over? Then
Yeah.
Okay. So theoretically, us
like
boys, we could all have this machine.
All right. Okay.
It sounds
Yo,
like
dude, get in here. Get in here.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it'd
like,
be a
whoa.
tight fit.
it's like the opposite of whack-a-mole.
What's that little one at the end? Is that the butt?
Yeah. And like it's really creepy because they talk. Where was it? They talk about how.
Oh god.
I'm never gonna look at whack-a-mole the same way, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just the
I'm
other
just gonna
side
imagine
of
there's
it.
a small mechanical man just fucking that box underneath, and I'm just ruining his heart on.
And the creepy. So it's already weird to begin with, but the creepy part is they had a world's most beautiful vagina contest to figure out what to model the
Do
vagina.
they mean
for this.
vagina or do they mean vulva?
Yeah, like are we talking internal?
They claimed it the world's most beautiful vagina contest.
Yeah, I know, but so many people use vagina when they mean vulva.
Was it?
And that
Was
is a
it?
pet peeve of
Oh,
mine.
so it's
Ooh,
first place,
snap.
second
Oh,
place,
shit.
third place.
That's a vulva.
It's a
Wait,
vulva.
that's the
a
second
vulva,
place
Gus.
one?
First, second,
First,
third.
sure.
Vulva sleeve.
So it's just weird.
So what do? They have to like map out the vag. Do they like put a mold inside it?
Well, I mean, there's services where you can mold your dick and get a dildo made that's like a
I just feel like
one.
Yeah, we know somebody that did that.
filling
You
a
do?
vagina though, and waiting
It's
for it
harder.
to harden.
Aaron
Because
Marquis.
it's more flexible.
Yeah.
But this is another cool thing in science,
Lay it on me.
is that penises are so much more studied than vaginas. And I mean vaginas, like the actual female internal organ here.
Why is it?
And part of this is that all the scientists are like, oh yeah, well a hole is so much harder to study than like an extruding object. But also it's just sexism. Penises are seen as more interesting.
Do we know more about mountains than caves?
I was gonna make that comparison. We're like, dude, we're like best friends.
Gavin's like, please don't understand.
I personally think vaginas are way more interesting than
I
penises.
think so, too.
Just throwing that out
Penis
there.
Well,
is
yeah.
just like-
so this
There
is
you
the
go.
thing, is that vaginas can do some cool stuff, but there was this big study that looked at co-evolution of males and females, and the whole point is that a penis is going to go into a vagina, and a vagina is going to have a penis going into it evolutionarily, and so you should be looking at the two together. But it was about 70% of the studies looking at co-evolution only looked at penises. And there was about 20% that only looked at both, and about 10% that only looked at vaginas. And it's this really weird thing where people are much more obsessed about penises than they are about vaginas. Yet we now have much better mapping software. So yes, it is harder. So if I was studying female reproductive tracts, as we call them, you've got to dissect out the tract from the female, which is a lot harder than dissecting out the sperm from the female, and then it's all squishy, so it's quite hard to tell the shape.
I think that it will ever evolve to the point where, with gay humans being so much more accepted than it used to be, will evolution follow like the genetic part of being gay to the point where if you're a lesbian, your vagina is better suited for shagging a woman?
No.
It could never change independently of what your mind was after.
Well, because then don't you have to take in reproduction?
Yeah, you got to have more kids.
Right.
Yeah, but, I mean-
Bioengineering comes in. That's where we can go in and start fucking with some
Life
Yeah, but, I mean, you know-
finds a way.
shit.
No, that was good. I think that it was
It would have
It's
to
an
be lesbians. So is this with more desirable vagina shapes? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, or just like a change to the vagina
Yeah.
over
So that-
millions of years.
So lesbians with that would have to have more kids than lesbians without that. And probably, I don't know if they'd have, there's a whole question about whether homosexuality is adaptive at all. It's,
Isn't there like a bunch of animals in nature that gay sex and stuff?
oh yeah, oh it's totally
I'm watching.
I
like,
feel like we're in middle school
Yeah.
sex ed class with all of you.
you tried to be so professional. Don't they just like
no, pretty much every animal that has been sufficiently studied, they've found homosexual behavior in it. Typically, it's male-male, just because it's easier to observe male courtship than it is to observe female courtship.
and is it like genetic in all these cases?
Oh, we
where
don't
it's-
know.
You don't know.
We really don't.